Antisocial acolytes.
So this is gonna be Nick Fuentes talking about something.
I was just telling everybody we're doing a press conference at 5:00 p.m. at the Sheridan Hotel, which is like across the street. I'll be giving my most unchained speech ever. I'm off of Twitter. I have nothing to lose. So this is going to be the most racist. The most anti-Semitic. The most Holocaust denying.
Look at how fucking giddy they are in the background. I can't tell if their giddiness is from a source of them being like, he's saying it! He's taking the mask off, let's go! Or if they're just like, man, oh yeah, being racist is an epic memer, haha, funny.
Beach in all of Dallas this weekend. Yes! So I'll see you there. Should we try to walk in a CPAC?
So yeah, for those of you who don't know, CPAC, a conservative conference, was going on this weekend in Dallas. I guess Nick Fuentes was banned from it. I wonder why. Yeah, I guess since he's canceled on Twitter, he is going to do the lay epic troll and walk into CPAC. He's really about to own everybody here.
Is America uncanceled after all, isn't it? Well, I'm an American and I've been canceled, so I think I'm going into CPAC right now.
Oh, what a game!
Keep it going. First, America first. America first. America first. America first.
That dude is fucking middle school?
I think that guy is in middle school.
I just want to have a nice little dip sesh with some of these boys and just figure out where they're coming from on some of this.
Yeah, I wish I could be as happy as they are.
Let's go! Nick Fuentes is in the house!
Man, they're really causing a riot and a disturbance in this empty lobby here. Man, they're really owning everybody at CPAC.
Yeah, take that, all the 2 people that showed up to this convention, apparently.
It's White Boy Summer! Let's go! White Boy Summer! Yeah! Let's flip and go!
Let's flip and go!
Oh, heck yes! Yeah, guys, I'm gonna fucking be racist and shit. Flip yeah!
Oh, heck yeah!
Yeah!
I want to point out his use of White Boy Summer! Woo, it's White Boy Summer, Micah. You fucking pumped? Let's fucking
it's
go.
a holiday just for me.
But I also like to point out him being of Hispanic heritage kind of shows you inherently that the idea and concept of whiteness is an ever-expansive concept. So you'd think, oh, you know, he sees himself this way, he is of his heritage, you know, he'd be pro-immigration, you'd think, but, you know, there's never a lot of logic in these type of thinkers most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, they're just gonna be, kind of brain-dead morons that subscribe to the alt-right ideology, like these guys. I really have never heard of this guy before today, honestly, so I'm not sure how relevant he, is.
He used to be more relevant. He's pretty sad nowadays. He's kind of just there. He's got a group of like 30 Nazis that watch his stream, and they're just like, "Oh, Groiper!" I learned about is their new thing. Apparently, Pepe was not racist enough, and Groiper is supposed to be the even more right-wing version of that.
How the fuck do you find this shit, dude?
It's just on YouTube a lot. But yeah, you know, he mentioned a great speech he's going to be giving, so let's go ahead and take a look at that speech.
I called this press conference in response to my banning from Twitter, but I really want to talk more about what's happening across the street at CPAC. But I first want to say, in case people didn't see this, I was suspended from Twitter yesterday. Now I'm off social media. I'm unchained. I can say anything I want.
That was dangerously close to a please clap Jeb Bush moment.
Unchained.
So this speech is going to be unhinged. It's going to be racist. It's going to be offensive. It's going to be provocative. I know there are people in the room who are not going to like it. There are people in the room who are going to walk away and say, wow.
I don't know, everybody attending this is attending some fringe right-wing organization called America First Foundation, so I mean, I don't know how much you're gonna offend the audience here, Nick, but keep pretending like you're this very, very edgy warrior.
I thought I was an extremist. But this is an important point to make. It's important to keep in mind, we are the normal ones. We're normal. Am I right?
Yeah.
It's the people running the country that have gone insane. You know,
Yes.
I get up there and I say something like, we need to stop all immigration.
Oh, there it is. Well, found out. There it is. Okay.
No immigration. And think about it. We've had like 100 million immigrants come in the past 30 years. But I'm crazy for saying we should stop that? That's insane.
Okay, but why is that inherently an issue, though? There's so much immigration happening. Okay, why is that an issue? How do we not have the capacity to handle that as the wealthiest nation that's ever existed?
It goes with race, it goes with the pandemic, with the election fraud, George Floyd, all of it for the past year especially. So in any case, I wanted to get into my speech here, and I wanted to talk specifically about CPAC and this theme of America uncanceled. It's so blatant and ridiculous. And I saw that, and my first thought is, well, wait a second, but I'm canceled. I'm canceled by you. I'm canceled by the liberals and the left and media.
So much for conservatives loving free speech, huh? That sounds like the argument he's making here, but I doubt he actually values free speech as well. Because right-wingers and free speech not coexist as much as they want it to.
They chased me out of the conference 2 years ago. My first reaction to their theme is, well, you cancel everybody. So CPAC canceled InfoWars, they canceled Gavin McInnes, Laura Loomer, they canceled Michelle Malkin, they canceled me.
All white supremacists. Wow.
The other thing that I realized is that nobody
Imagine becoming too Nazi for the frickin' Nazi party in America. I mean, both of them, but...
Because they all get up there and they speak on text censorship, and they get up there and they speak on cancel culture in the right wing. And I'm going down the list and I'm thinking, is there literally one person at this entire conference who was even canceled one time?
No, not one.
We answered that question. We went down the list. We looked at every single speaker at CPAC. We put together a little graphic, if we could play that now, and we found that there is literally not one single conservative speaker, other than the former President Donald Trump, who has been canceled.
Donald Trump's your catalyst there, so this argument fell apart just there. I mean, literally their leader has been canceled, so... But also, I don't think this guy understands what canceled means. Canceled doesn't mean being deplatformed. That's certainly part of it. But whenever somebody's like, oh, you're canceled, it's because they dug up some dirt on you or some shit. A bunch of teenage girls don't like you anymore if you're a musician. Or you said something racist in your Doja Cat. I don't know. Whatever.
He's really just complaining like, why can I not just be the most annoying, hateful shitbrain on the planet? Why are you guys not tolerant of me shitting my pants in front of you and pissing on you? God damn.
Yeah, why? Oh, man, why can't I just say the words I want to say?
You want to know why these other conservatives have not been canceled, quote unquote, as you say? It's because they have not ripped the mask off quite yet.
Yeah, that's certainly true. They haven't said the quiet part out loud too many times yet, so.
So let's play this graphic here. We've got a slow scroll. You can see we've got Donald Trump. He's the only one. He's been banned from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Matt Schlapp, banned from nothing. Ben Carson banned, I think, from Facebook. That's it. This is every other speaker at CPAC. Going down the list.
All the
green
Republicans.
means they
That was all of them. I don't get the point of this. Is he just flexing that he is more racist than are the most fucking racist people in Congress? Like, cool! Good for you!
I'm so racist, I got banned from everything! Yeah, this guy's so fucking brain dead.
It's literally, he's on a podium right now talking to a crowd of people like, look at all these Twitter accounts that are still active, guys. Look at this. God damn, dude. Do you have anything substantive to say at all?
Look at all that green. Look at all that green. That's, by the way, that's Facebook, that's Twitter, that's Instagram, and that's YouTube. Tammy Bruce, Todd Starnes. There's not one single conservative at the conference. You could pause it there, by the way. Did you see all that green?
Here we have a couple fuckers. So Captain G says, I thought this was about juggalos. Well, this is a podcast, and that is the very next segment. And also Shlomo Sheckelberg says, you guys are cringe.
Not as cringe as this fuck we're watching right now.
Dude, is this like a fucking like a racist depiction of a Jewish person, Shlomo?
Now, they also say that I'm a white nationalist. nationalist. Have you heard that one? That's a tough one. I've stridently denied that one. That one's been tough because they call you white nationalist, they can ban you from everything.
You have black followers.
That's right. Look at you.
Wow. And Hitler had Jewish sympathizers.
He found an opportunity. He goes, "Look at you, my African American." Found his little Candace Owens to be like, "Look, guys, I'm not racist."
Shlomo says, imagine how that guy's dreadlocks smell. Like shampoo? He fucking washes his dreadlocks, dumbass.
They smell pretty good. Do you want to come give it a smell?
Yeah, you want to fucking sniff them, dude? I don't think anybody's wondering that but you, dude. Are you guys juggalos? They're those clown people. We're gonna talk about juggalos in a little bit, Captain G.
Yeah. My African American. And we have a lot of them. We have a,
He literally just said that. Wow.
We have another
That's a
one
Trump
over
reference,
there.
I think.
And we've got one over there. That's right. And I think I saw one over there. That's right. Yeah. Hey, thank you for being here. So it's true.
You know, ironically enough, this is exactly how both Democrats and Republicans plot out their whole rallies. They're like, ooh, let's see, diversity report. Oh, there's a black person. Okay, I'm doing okay with the African American community.
The reason they call me a white nationalist is quite simple, because I am against the transformation of America's demographics. That's the key word, is demographics. And, you know, what exactly is a white nationalist? Well, they say it's somebody that believes in a white ethnic state, which is nothing that I have ever supported. I've never said anything like that. You know, largely just because that's not really how the world works. You know, we have a largely multiracial country. These trends are virtually unstoppable. And so, as a practical matter, we as a nation are going to have to figure out how to navigate the turbulent waters ahead, living in a very big and diverse empire. I wish it wasn't that way, but that's the way that it is.
This is really ironic coming from somebody who is of Hispanic descent, who is very clearly fully assimilated into American culture, literally going against his entire fucking point here right now. He's acting like, if we allow immigration in, then we're gonna have all these little Mexico communities and they're gonna take over and become the dominant race. And it's like, one, who fucking cares? Like, it doesn't fucking matter. And two, you're literally living proof that it's shown that within like the third generation, the immigrant family has fully assimilated into American cultures.
Yeah, I mean, his whole point here is he's like, oh man, fucking immigrants are a bunch of degenerates. And it's like, oh, he didn't exactly say that. Yeah, whatever, fuck you. But yeah, I mean, we're all related to immigrants at some point in our lives. There's nothing wrong with immigration. The fact that he just says immigration needs to stop, I think that's kind of a little insane, for one thing.
He hasn't offered anything beyond there's a lot of immigration, so I'm against it.
It's bad because immigration exists. And it's like, what is he? He's not even saying illegal immigration. He's not even making that argument. No, he's just going straight to, fuck all immigration. Fuck this guy.
I've never advocated for anything like ethnic cleansing or genocide or things like that, but yet they call me that. They call me that because I am opposed to the transformation of the country demographically. And if you don't know, America is going to be a majority-minority country within our lifetimes, probably within 20 to 25 years. And what that means is that the white population will be less than 50% of the population, which is pretty incredible when you think about it, and not incredible in a good way. Incredible in the—
Hey, hot take. Remember when America was a majority fucking minority country before Whitey came over here? It's just a piece of land, dude. And you are a nationalist if you value fucking skin color over the plight of man.
I don't know why he's really honing in on a skin color having a certain privilege to a piece of fucking land.
So we're getting a lot of fucking righties out here today. Immigration lowers wages because they settle for lower wages, and that lowers the wages for everyone else. Okay, so if we were talking about illegal immigration where they literally have no minimum wage, I actually have a fucking very horrible take on that, and I actually would agree with that, because they're and it's not because I hate illegal immigrants or anything like that, but I hate the fucking greedy capitalists that take advantage of them. And they're like, well, they can't sign this contract, you know, we don't really have to resort to, I mean, hiring them's illegal anyways in the majority of places, so they can just pay them whatever the fuck they want. They can give them even less than our measly starting wage, and that's just A-okay.
Lower wages and our fucked system of wage slavery adjacent that we have in capitalism is a separate issue that can be taken on simultaneously. It's what I hear a lot of people with when they're talking about fucking housing or like rent going up when we raise the minimum wage. It's like, okay, we can do other things about that. Rent caps are a possibility that exists. These are two separate issues that can go and coincide with each other.
Got the fucking Nick Fuentes Simps out today, dude. What the fuck, guys? I mean, if you want to, like I said, I barely know who this guy fucking is. This guy's definitely either a fucking very terrible and boring troll. I think that's kind of what I figured it out. Like I said, never heard of this guy before. I think this is just like, he's trying to be like Milo, basically. I don't think he fucking believes any of the shit he says, other than like, oh, I want to cause controversy. He's a shit stirrer, is what it comes down to.
The way that this is such a dramatic, massive transformation in such a short period of time. It was just recently, I think it's the 1970s, when the demographics of America was 90% white and 10% non-white. And that's how it was since the beginning, not of the country, but of the colonies. It's been roughly like that since the 17th century, since the 1600s. And in the order of just under half of a century, half of the population is being replaced by non-white immigrants and their...
He's literally doing the replacement theory thing. What? Oh no, did you know that there's going to be a more diverse demographic of people here? I mean, that's really what it comes down to. And I know you're going to say, oh, all Mexicans isn't diverse or whatever. That's not what I'm fucking saying. It's the whole thing that would happen is just America's makeup would shift to be like 20% this, 20% that. But also, guess what? There's going to be more people in America as well. I don't know why you guys are so obsessed with like population rates or whatever. Oh no, we're going to be a minority.
We got an Irish nationalist talking about overpopulation. He says, and we have a finite amount of resources like oil, housing, land. I don't want to rent flats my entire life, nor do I want overpopulation. Okay, we have a finite amount of housing because it's all private fucking housing. We could literally house every single homeless person in America if we want, every single illegal immigrant, every immigrant that comes in. We could have public housing. We have the capacity. We have the housing. We don't have a finite amount of housing. It's just not profitable, and we're never going to do that under the fucking system that we live under.
Yeah,
I mean, resources like oil are finite. Like, okay, are you saying you want to go fuck over other countries for their oil more? Like, okay.
No, yeah, obviously that's what he wants to do. You might as well be a fucking lib. Irish nationalists, because that's what you fucking are. Do you think Juggalos' immigration to small towns with their concerts is a problem?
No, dude. Juggalos coming into our cities are going to create more jobs with their concerts. We're going to have more security guards. We're going to have more ticket holders. We're going to have more... They're going to come and take over the demographic. Oh, fuck. You fucking right-wingers should be more concerned about the Juggalo takeover. What are we struggling to understand about Fuentes' arguments? I'm very confused. We don't understand that he is being anti-immigration when it's been shown that immigration is not a problem and a red herring for people to point to, and it only benefits a society because the more people you have in a society, the more jobs you will be creating. There's no finite set amount of jobs that exist. It's not like America was like, here we go, that's the amount of jobs. Oh look, the immigrants took them, it's gone. I don't think we're really missing his really lack of an argument here. There's not really even much of an argument. He's just saying immigration bad because there's a lot, as we went over.
Yeah, I mean, is that really your freaking gotcha right there? Ooh, you guys don't understand his fucking big brain racism. Ooh, or anti-immigrant sentiment, because he hasn't specifically said anything bad about somebody because of their race, other than saying immigrants are bad. Which, you know, of course there's some room for interpretation as to whether or not he's racist. If he came up and said, I hate immigration, but I also especially hate it from Europeans because they're stupid. Even though they're white, I hate them. At least, I mean, that would make maybe you'd have a leg there if he just hates the idea of immigration. But I mean, at that point, you have to off yourself because you're literally just the product of generations and generations of immigration. Yeah, I mean, if we're missing something real deep, that would kind of blow my mind. He's like, well, you're missing the context here. Nick Fuentes is actually secretly a lefty. Okay, let's just fucking finish this bitch up.
People hear that and they say, well, you have a problem with non-white people or something like that. The problem is this. The problem is not them. The problem is that just like men and women are not interchangeable, people from Europe and people from Latin America or Africa or China are not interchangeable. The way that the country is right now is a consequence of the kind of people that have lived here for centuries. This country, as we know it, or at least as we knew it years ago, was an expression of European people. It was influenced by European civilization. And it was a certain way because of how European people act.
That's very broad term, European. Would you say a French person's influence is the same and culture is the same as a fucking person from Slovakia? This whole point of like grouping this Western idea or whiteness or European concept isn't a thing. It's just a way to separate us from them when it's not even a fucking real thing.
Okay, listen to this fuck here. If you Americans value the First Amendment and Second Amendment, and you bring in tens of millions of people that don't value those, do you think that is a net positive in democracy? Actually, this is gonna blow your mind. Guess what you just made? A very anti-First Amendment argument, right? I guess your point is that the values degrade with the impure blood of fucking people from around the world or whatever. Which, by the way, very fucking, thank you for that very racist dog whistle there. I guess that's more like a racist trombone or some shit. Yeah, you see my fucking hand do that shit.
Well, bring in people who will vote against the First and Second Amendment. Do you have proof of that? Do you have any...
And not all Americans support that either, dipshit. The Second Amendment argument's so fucking contentious in America between the two fucking right-wing parties we have. You're like, what are you fucking talking about, dude?
Look at the polls. Let's look at the polls. The fastest growing minority group in America is Latinos. Between 2000 and 2010, the nation's Latino population grew by 43%. Hispanics, which make up 17% of the population today, are expected to grow to 30% of the population in the coming decades. Gun control is extremely popular among Hispanics, with 75% favoring gun safety over gun rights. Gun safety. You know what the majority of Americans around that same number favor? Gun safety. Gun regulation. That doesn't mean anti-gun. About in line with what American citizens want for gun control and gun safety. Whoa, look at this. According to NPR/IPSOS poll, 70% of Americans adults support stricter gun laws. According to a CNN poll with a margin of error, blah, 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 75% of American adults support stricter gun laws. Literally the same fucking number. It's so fucking stupid. There's not a dramatic shift here. And even if there was, who fucking cares?
Dude. Captain George, I'm fucking pro Second Amendment, dude. If you go far enough left, you get your guns back, right? Marx was really clear about that. I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to say this, and I'm sure whatever, it's a hot take, but I would rather live in a world where the First and Second Amendment are upheld. I think that's preferable. Whenever people say they're anti-First Amendment, that blows my fucking mind. But guess what? It's ingrained in our Constitution, for one thing, so we have those protections. People can't vote away the fucking First and Second Amendment. That wouldn't happen. The only people that are able to do that are apparently George Bush with the Patriot Act. That was fine. Hey, if you enjoyed that, then make sure to subscribe, like the video, share it, ring the bell, whatever the hell, and get ready for the next Antisocial Acolytes stream this Wednesday coming up. We stream on Wednesdays. That's a thing we do, so yeah, make sure to subscribe for that.